Hello and welcome to the Reselling Report for today, Friday, June 19th, 2020. I'm your host, Ann Eckhart, and every weekday morning I upload the Reselling Report here to YouTube to update you on the day's retail and e-commerce news, including the latest from eBay, Amazon, Etsy, and Poshmark. If you haven't done so already, I hope you'll subscribe. And now let's get on with today's show. Well, happy Friday, everyone, and happy Juneteenth here in America. If you are unfamiliar with Juneteenth, I'm going to read a little bit from the Juneteenth.com website. We can all get a little history lesson before we start our day. So, Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States. Dating back to 1865, it was on June 19th that the Union soldiers, led by Major General Gordon Granger, landed at Galveston, Texas, with news that the war had ended and that the enslaved were now free. Note that this was 2.5 years after President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, which had become official on January 1st, 1863. The Emancipation Proclamation had little impact on the Texans due to the minimal number of Union troops to enforce the new executive order. However, with the surrender of General Lee in April of 1865 and the arrival of General Granger's regiment, the forces were finally strong enough to influence and overcome the resistance. And one of General Granger's first orders of business was to read to the people of Texas General Order Number 3, which the most significant part includes: the people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equality of rights and rights of property between former masters and slave, and the connection here therefore existing between them becomes that of employer and hired laborer. So Juneteenth is not a federal holiday here in the United States. There has been attempts to get it formally recognized. Now, 47 of the 50 states do recognize it as a state holiday. Hawaii, North Dakota, and South Dakota are the only three. Now, the U.S. presidents typically offer a proclamation acknowledging the day's significance. Barack Obama did so every year of his presidency. Trump marked the day last year. However, again, not still a federal holiday, although last year the U.S. Senate passed a resolution recognizing Juneteenth, Independence Day, as a national holiday, but it has yet to be approved in the House. So I hope that this does become a federal holiday. I think it's important and that it does gain traction here in the U.S. It's important that we remember these things. And that is my opinion on that. So, but wherever you are, I hope you are, again, staying safe if you have Juneteenth celebrations planned or if you are outsourcing. Whatever you are doing this weekend, please wear a mask, please social distance, please wash your hands. Such basic things. Wash your hands. Anyway, let's get on with today's reselling news. We all know that eBay's been having quite a week with the public announcement that 6 former eBay employees have been arrested and charged with cyber stalking a blogging couple. And eBay has been updating us really well, I think, about not only these charges, but also response to the protests that have been going on in America. And before that, the coronavirus. I think eBay's been doing a really good job keeping all of us up to date. There is a new post from Jordan Sweetnam over on the announcements board in the eBay community. Now, starts with commemorating Juneteenth, but it also goes into some important eBay information. So I'm going to read to you this announcement. It says, "Hi again. This week has been crazy, to say the least, but we need to keep moving forward. There's a lot happening here at eBay and also in the world around us. I posted before about the recent events across the U.S. They've forced real conversations and propelled movements to address the issues of racism. Since then, many of you have asked, what more can we do to empower and support the broader community? Friday is Juneteenth, the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the U.S. On the eBay site, eBay will make it easier to support change, whether you choose to shop for an item that benefits charity, sell something and donate the proceeds, or connect with someone on our platform. eBay will feature sellers on the homepage on Juneteenth, highlighting the richness and diversity of our community and remind everyone that we can always do more. We're inviting buyers to join us in supporting 2 charitable organizations that are wholly dedicated to equality. I've shared previously that eBay has donated $1.3 million to this cause, and we continue to look for new ways to make a difference. As some of you already know, we are also tightening our restrictions to ensure eBay is free of Black Americana items that portray negativity, or stereotypes based on race or ethnicity, or that are discriminatory or demeaning. While some of these items have been permitted for educational or artistic purposes in the past, they may also perpetrate bigotry and intolerance. We can review the updated policy here. I'm sure you've seen other brands make similar moves, and this definitely reflects how our society is evolving. Every day we strive to do better and ensure eBay is a safe, inclusive, and respectful marketplace. It feels like every day we've confronted something new. More than ever, I'm grateful to each of you for your support as we navigate an uncertain time. And your passion for the brand and commitment to what's right is inspiring. And so let's go over to the updated Offensive Matters policy. Listings that promote or glorify hatred, violence, or discrimination are not allowed. In order to promote trust and respect among our diverse community of members, eBay does not allow items that promote or glorify racial, sexual, or religious intolerance or promote organizations that hold such views. What is the policy? Listings that promote, perpetuate, or glorify hatred, violence, or discrimination, including on the grounds of race, ethnicity, color, religion, gender, or sexual orientation, aren't allowed. This includes, but is not limited to, the following: slurs or epithets of any kind, slavery items, including reproductions, such as tags, shackles, documents, bills of sale, etc., items with racist, anti-Semitic, or otherwise demeaning portrayals, for example, through caricatures or other exaggerated features, including figurines, cartoon, housewares, historical advertisements, and gollywogs. Black America items that are discriminatory, Confederate battle flag and related items with its image, historical Holocaust-related and Nazi-related items, including reproductions, any item that is anti-Semitic, or any from after 1933 that bears a swastika, media identified as Nazi propaganda, listings that imply or promote support of, membership in, or funding of a terrorist organization. Now, the following items may be listed: media such as historical photos, magazines, books, and art, provided that such material doesn't perpetuate or glorify violence, intolerance, or racial stereotyping. Items related to the civil rights movement, stamps, letters, and envelopes displaying Nazi postmarks, currency issued by the Nazi Germany government, including military scripts, historically accurate World War II military model kits that have a Nazi symbol, historical and religious items that bear a swastika if they were made before 1933 and are not related to Nazism. I don't know, that's a mixed message, I think. These are items I stay away from in the first place. I don't pick up Black Americana. I don't pick up World War II items if there's anything, Nazi about them. I just don't. So, yeah, the list of what you can and what you can't does seem to overlap, because I don't know how you're really going to be able to differentiate items, especially the Nazi items that have the Nazi postmark and the currency. That's kind of like, Anyway, but those are the updated policies about offensive materials over on eBay. And one last bit of eBay news today. If you were having any trouble shopping on eBay this week, you're not alone. There have been service disruptions in the buy it now and checkout features. And according to a reply on the community chat forum, someone asked about these service interruptions, and an eBay moderator responded that they've identified the issue as having its origin on PayPal's end, and they're working with them to get it resolved. No estimated time to fix it, but the workaround is to put an item in your shopping cart and then go to checkout versus clicking on an item and having it take you straight to checkout. So if you want to buy something, put it in your shopping cart, go to your shopping cart, then go check out. That appears to be the workaround for now. But let me know if you've had any issues shopping on eBay this week. Now, I've had some other issues, technical issues and site outages. None of those are being addressed. Everything else says that it's in good health, except for the buy it now and checkout issues look like they are still being worked on. The Department of Justice has been really busy with reselling sites between eBay, and now we've got a case over on Amazon. Another press release from the Department of Justice is titled, "Rhode Island Businessman Charged with Running Elaborate Scheme to Defraud Amazon." The former owner of an East Providence automobile transport company, who was awaiting sentencing in federal court for fraudulently obtaining more than $400,000 from various financial institutions and using the stolen personal identifying information permission of another person to continue illegally operating his auto hauling business after being ordered to shut it down for safety violations, was arrested and charged today with allegedly executing an elaborate scheme to defraud Amazon. This guy's busy. Jeez. Fraudulently obtaining money for his car business, and now he's defrauding Amazon. Alleged court documents say that Michael Chavez, 40, former owner of Cat Incorporated, executed a scheme to defraud Amazon through fraudulent transactions and theft of inventory through falsely represented returns. It's alleged that he ordered thousands of products from Amazon and replaced the original products with lesser value replacement, often items different from the ones he originally ordered, before returning the packages to Amazon for refunds. According to court documents, since 2017, Chavez has held approximately 30 Amazon customer accounts under various names and email addresses. Over this time period, Chavez's accounts placed approximately 10,795 orders, totaling approximately $713,000 in items, most of which have been refunded based on Chavez's return of the items purchased. He received a total of approximately $643,000 in concessions or refunds on approximately 7,450 orders, including nearly approximately 7,200 items that were physically returned to Amazon. Many of the returned items were sent back in the original packaging in an attempt to deceive Amazon's incoming inspection process. Amazon's standard inspection process in an attempt to derive Amazon's standard inspection process flagged approximately 149 of the return items as potentially fraudulent, valued at $23,000. Whew! This is a long indictment, so if you want to go over and read the whole thing, it will be linked in the show notes below. But man, if these criminals would just put the same amount of effort into legitimate work, think how successful they could be. But no, this is what we spend our time doing. But Department of Justice, they're going to get you in the end. They'll find you and prosecute you. Clothing resellers rejoice. According to an article on the sourcingjournal.com website, Thrifted denim is a win-win for consumers, resale sites, and the planet. This article says online marketplaces for pre-owned fashion are the vital counterparts to traditional thrift shops, and consumers become more conscious about the environment and their wallets. Sites such as Depop, Poshmark, ThredUp, and The RealReal are go-to sources to find their next denim deal. And the average consumer is finding out that denim heads long knew. Denim's old charm lends itself well to resale. Thrifted denim is generally a smart purchase because of the durable nature of the fabric, which often lasts longer than other fabrics and gets better with wear, says Natalie Tomlin, a ThredUp spokesperson. People typically love the distressed look of worn denim, which makes it easy to be resold again and again. With household closets serving as their supply chain, resale platforms offer consumers an element of surprise with a constant rotation of new, pre-owned product for less. ThredUp is the go-to for expensive denim at affordable prices. The company accepts more than 35,000 brands, ranging from Madewell and J Brand to Gucci, and resells them for prices that are up to 90% off estimated retail. A pair of rag & bone skinny jeans that originally sold at retail for $253 goes for $41 on ThredUp, while a pair of $495 flare jeans by Stella McCartney sells for $105. The brand list on The RealReal reads like a who's who of the premium denim designers, with labels from Mother, J Brand, and Acne Studios currently being sold for as low as $25. While the cost-saving perks for consumers shopping resale are obvious, denim is also proving to be a reliable business for the resale sites. Demand, especially for denim, is not quite impacted by seasonality, says Sasha Skoda, the RealReal head of women's. The RealReal, she said, benefits by having millions of members worldwide. That means when it's summer in one country, it's winter in another. Tomlin said ThredUp sells denim, all denim, year-round. However, the reseller typically sees a spike in the fall months as consumers are looking to refresh their fall wardrobes. Last year, denim sales in October and November were 30% higher than average monthly denim sales in 2019. And what's good for business also bodes well for the environment. The United States Protection Agency estimates that the generation of textiles in 2017 was 16.9 million tons. The same year, the landfills received 11.2 million tons of the textile waste. ThredUp's mission is to extend the life of every garment and to keep as many textiles as possible in use and out of landfills. Jeans have 4 to 5 times the carbon impact of a t-shirt. Buying denim secondhand can help reduce your fashion footprint while keeping clothing in use and out of landfills. ThredUp's roster of denim brands says a lot about the current state of the U.S. women's denim markets. Newcomers are speaking consumers' language with size-inclusive and sustainable production, while there's always demand for the authentic jeanswear look. The jeans brands with the highest sell-through on ThredUp in 2019 were Reformation, Everlane, Universal Standard, Torrid, Madewell, Girlfriend, Good American, Levi's, A Gold, and J Brand. While mainstream brands like Levi's and Madewell that focus on enduring styles are always in demand, Tomlin said designer styles from brands like J Brand and A Goldie, I hope I'm saying that right, have cachet among consumers who want to elevate their wardrobes for less. Meanwhile, cool girl styles from brands like Reformation, Everlane, and Universal Standard continue to be a draw on ThredUp. So, denim. Are you a denim seller? Let me know. You sell on Poshmark, eBay. If you don't pick up denim, why? If you know me, you know I don't really like secondhand pants because crotch. The whole crotch thing just grosses me out. Like, where has that been? I kind of don't want to know. So I don't do pants, but I know there's some people who only do denim. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on denim. And do you see denim still doing well in the current climate with the pandemic as more people work from home and are staying in? Who is sitting around the house in jeans? That's my question. Yoga pants and sweats, sure, but are people self-isolating at home in jeans? I don't know. Jeans to me are torturous. It's the equivalent of wearing like wool suit in my book. But anyway, that's just me. That's my thoughts on jeans. Let me know yours. Here's a bolo to add to your list. A pair of iconic Nike shoes could draw $150,000 at auction, according to an article over on CNBC.com. This says a beat-up pair of white waffle spike shoes that were handmade in the early 1970s are expected to fetch up to $150,000 at auction. If that price tag looks high, that's because these are no ordinary running sneakers. The sneakers are the first ever shoes created by Bill Bowerman, a Nike co-founder and the legendary track coach at the University of Oregon. Sotheby's said that these shoes mark the first and only pair handcrafted by Bill to ever appear at auction. The shoes were made for John Mays, a runner on Bowerman's track team, and have remained in his possession ever since. A second pair of the Bowerman's shoes live in the university archives of the Knight Library at the University of Oregon. Oftentimes, Bill would talk to me about a new company he was involved in. I didn't pay much attention to it at the time. One day, he asked me to help test a new Sprint spike shoe he was designing. Of course, I was agreed, and I was excited to be chosen, May told Sotheby's. Bowerman partnered with Phil Knight in 1964 to start Blue Ribbon Sports. They renamed the company Nike in 1971. The reason these shoes are so valuable is because they serve as the original template and first major innovation for the company. Today, the multi-billion-dollar brand still uses that waffle design. Bidding for the special single lot auction begins Wednesday and goes through June 26. Sotheby's said the shoes are among the most valuable pair ever offered at auction. Just last month, the auction house sold an autographed pair of Michael Jordan's Air Jordan 1s from his rookie season for a record-breaking $560,000. We felt the only appreciative way to follow up a sale of that magnitude was to offer something special that spoke to the history and legacy of Nike. Whew! I'm going to take a look at those busted up sneakers now because these are rough, but wow. Great for that guy for saving them all these years. Hopefully he'll get a nice big payout once the auction concludes. And finally, today I'm going to end out the week with a viewer question. If you want to send me your questions to be answered on air, my email is linked below, and I answer questions on Friday. So just one question this week, and it is from Marilyn Hudson. Thank you, Marilyn, for sending me a question. It says, "Hi, Ann. Thank you for all the time and hard work you put into keeping us informed of what's going on in the reselling world. I'm fairly new to eBay and I'm still learning. I came across a good deal a couple months ago on powdered baby formula. The expiration date isn't until next year. I checked the comps on eBay and found the same kind listed, but when I tried to list it on eBay, they wouldn't allow it. They said I had to have a store. Then I went to Facebook Marketplace and they wouldn't let me list it either due to preventing price gouging. Do I have to set up an eBay store to be able to sell it? Thanks again for everything you do." So thank you for your question, Marilyn. So I researched this a little bit, and there are two places I can point you to. So there is a thread over on the eBay forums with other eBay sellers discussing this. Someone said they tried to list formula on eBay, and a buyer responded, "Baby formula can be listed only if the following conditions are met. Your listing specifies the expiration date of the formula and indicates the following text. This baby formula is not expired. The expiration date is, and then you put in the date. It's against eBay policy to sell expired baby formula. We recommend copying and pasting the text into your item description and then replacing the date format with the formula's expiration date. Use the same font size used in the rest of your description. You deliver it to the buyer before the expiration date. Your item's packaging is intact. The container and its contents haven't been tampered with in any way. The item has been stored safely, and that you've reviewed the FDA's website for information about baby formula till you list it. Then there is a link over to the food policy from eBay that says what is allowed. So the following are not allowed: unpasteurized dairy products, unpasteurized fruit or vegetable juice, wild mushrooms except for morel and shiitake, Aki fruit or seeds, ACKEE. Never heard of it, so probably won't sell it. Expired food, government assistance benefits that can be used for food. When listing items that are allowed, you must ensure food items are properly packaged and stored safely. Clearly state the expiration date in the item description and state how perishable items will be delivered, and ensure they're delivered to the buyer by the expiration date. So it may be a way you were wording the listing, or maybe you didn't have the expiration in the description. I'm not really sure. It could also be the kind of formula. If you were trying to list it here in the last couple months, it may have just been blocked because they were not allowing essential items to be resold due to worries of price gouging. And now, while that generally applied to PPE, not so much food, it just may have fallen under that. So both of these sections will be linked in the show notes below if you want to go over and read them, and maybe just it's a matter of reworking your listing. But if any of you have advice about how to sell baby formula, definitely let Marilyn know in the comment section below. And that's a wrap on today's show. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Both of those things really help the channel here on YouTube. Check out the show notes below the video for links to the articles I referenced. You can email me your questions to be answered on Friday's shows. My email's below. And if you want to learn how to make money on eBay and YouTube the way I do, check out my books, which are in my Amazon store. My store is the first link below the video. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.